Hey everybody, Clifford Stumming, the Pop Song Professor here. Today we are talking about Lorde's new single, Sober, and if you don't know, her new album, Melodrama, is coming out next week. Big fan of Lorde right here. I love Pure Heroin, one of the few albums I'll listen to on repeat, so I've been very excited with the songs that she's been coming out with. And I want to give you my thoughts on the lyrical meaning of Sober. In fact, I think that it's probably one of the deeper songs she's written. It is very, very Fitzgeraldian. If you're not familiar with F. Scott Fitzgerald, he wrote The Great Gatsby, a couple of other songs in the 1920s, the Roaring Twenties, a time of great pleasure-seeking and thrill-seeking, but he would comment often on the emptiness of those lifestyles because he experienced it himself. He was very rich, but he also dealt with a lot of empty feelings. And in fact, a lot of his writing was a precursor to postmodernity, kind of this belief or idea that there's not any meaning in the world, and that's a very oversimplification of it, but that's a huge theme as a part of it. And so hers is very similar because she sings about this party in Sober, but her question to herself constantly is, what will we do when we're sober? So she's having a good time, the party's great, she's enjoying hanging out with her romantic interest, but the daytime is coming, and sobriety is coming, and she can't keep drinking forever, though she's going to try. And what is she going to do then? It's almost as if though she's going to this party to try to escape something. I think it's a fantastic meaning. It's really sad. I feel bad for Lorde, and I feel bad for anybody who feels this way. I've felt this way before as well, where you try to escape from these deep questions. If you're a 21 Pilots fan, car radio is exactly about this. People will use entertainment to try to drown out some of those deeper questions of like, why am I here? What's my purpose? And in this case, Lorde is using partying and alcohol to do the exact same thing. So we're going to get deeper into these lyrics. Let me explain to you guys some of the key aspects of what's being said here. And hopefully you'll end up with a better understanding overall of Sober by Lorde. And we'll also maybe have a better understanding of where she's going as an artist and who she's planning to be. She says in verse 1, "Oh God, I'm clean out of air in my lungs." And so, you know, air is often like seen as a life-giving or symbolic of life-giving qualities. And so she's out of that. It's almost like the air has been sucked out of the room. She's kind of brought to a standstill and kind of takes an assessment of where she is at the moment because she doesn't have that air to keep her going. She says, you know what? It's time we danced with the truth. Now, what is the truth? We'll get to that in a second. Well, actually, maybe I'll just give it away. The truth is this question of what are we going to do when we're sober? We don't know, and we're not sure what the purpose or the point is. And so she wants to dance with it. Now, dancing has been a common theme on the 4 singles so far, at least one. I think it was Liability. Some dude didn't want to dance in her storm. And so dancing kind of seems to be, for her, this metaphor for interacting with or dealing with a person, a concept, an idea, what have you. But then she moves on. I'm acting like I don't see every ribbon you use to tie yourself to me. And so she's with this guy, and he's connected himself to her. I feel like these two lines are kind of a one-off, and it's hard to explain them because she comments on the relationship, but it's not the important part of the song. And so this guy's kind of lashed himself to her, and maybe one of the difficult truths or the thing that they're going to have to deal with when they get sober is like, are they going to stay together? That might be one of the questions she's going to grapple with. So that could be her dancing with the truth. And then in the pre-chorus she says, "But my hips have missed your hips, so let's get to know the kicks." And I'm assuming the kicks refers to the dance moves, something like that. But she's missed him, and so there is definitely that element of a romantic relationship here, and I think it probably is one of those deeper questions she'll be grappling with, but I don't think it's the big one. We get into the chorus, and she says, "King and queen of the weekend, ain't a pill that could touch our rush." And she says to other people, "But you wish you could touch our rush." And so it's like she's saying we're on this party high, we're having a great time. Parties usually happen on the weekends, so that's why they're king and queen of the weekend. Sounds like some drugs involved. Well, actually, she's saying that drugs wouldn't even be able to compare to how good they feel. And other people wish that they could feel that good as well. And so when they're partying, they're really partying, they're having a good time. There's no problems with the relationship. But then in verse 2, we get a little bit darker. She says, "Limelight, lose my mind," so the spotlight kind of causes her to like lose sight of herself possibly. She says, "I know you're feeling it too. Can we keep up with the ruse?" Then says, "Bodies all through my house. I know the story by heart. Jack and Jill got effed up and possessive when they get dark." And so it's almost like she is talking about the relationship, and it seems like the relationship is a little bit of a metaphor for her mental state. And so she's basically saying, you know, the party's over, everybody's like drunk asleep all over the house here, but I'm still awake, I'm sober for the moment, and I know how this goes. And now that, you know, we both are having these dark thoughts about what's my purpose, what's my meaning, something like that, she and the guy are going to kind of come to odds, and they don't know how to deal with those, and so maybe they take it out on each other. Then we move into the bridge, which is super important. She says, midnight, we're fading, till daylight, we're jaded. We know that it's over. In the morning, you'll be dancing with all the heartache and the treason, the fantasies of leaving, but we know that when it's over, in the morning, you'll be dancing with us. Again, it kind of diverges into relationship and anti-party lifestyle. So like this guy, he's dancing and he has all of this heartache and stuff. He clouds it over with alcohol and just trying to have fun. But he has these fantasies of leaving this lifestyle. And she says, but we know you can't break away from it. You'll still be dancing with us. Now, I would say it was more about a relationship if she had said you'll still be dancing with me, but she said you'll be dancing with us. So it seems like that party lifestyle, or that party, that drowning of deeper thoughts, seems to be an important theme and question here. But it's hard to leave. He doesn't know how to, she doesn't know how to, and she's predicting that he's not going to be able to. And so you kind of get the feeling that she's not going to be able to either. I think that this song, Sober, is really, really interesting. And I think people are going to possibly hear two different things here. Some people who really want to hear about a relationship are going to very easily see that in the lyrics. I think it's there. I think the relationship could be on the rocks. I think they're kind of questioning what they should do about it. But I think if you look even deeper under the motivations for why the relationship might be ending, I think you see that deeper questioning of what is my purpose, what can make me happy, how can I find happiness? Is it just relationship happiness? Is the partying happiness? Is being drunk happiness? Questions like this that they're going to have to answer. And that's what I like about Sober, and what I like about Fitzgerald's work is they ask questions, but they don't really know the answers. They're very, very human in that respect. And the answers are out there. They really are. It's harder to accept them than it is to find them, though. But you can find them, and then the process is accepting them. I won't get any deeper than that, but I think that Sober is a good song because it starts that questioning process for those who know what to listen for. I hope that you guys enjoy Sober. I hope that you enjoy my explanation of Sober. Please leave a comment of a song by Lorde that you'd like me to explain in a future video, and upvote other people who agree with you. Check out some other videos on this channel. I think I've got Greenlight or Liability up here somewhere, so you guys should enjoy that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later.